Hi, my name is Maor. Today I want to talk to you about how to reduce our ego. Now, a lot of my friends want to completely get rid of their ego, as if the ego is a bad thing. And when I'm talking about the ego, I'm not talking about the negative part that judges other people or that makes us feel like we are grander than we are. It is the whole mental structure of a character that is one part of us. Our true self is much higher than that. Our true self is connected with all the other higher selves in existence. And the ego is meant to keep a person more grounded, to make him feel separated from others and make us the human experience, the godly experience of love, hate, fear, sadness, everything that has to do with in between or in human interaction. Wow. There's certain tips that we can do to our ego, but the first thing we need to understand, it is just an ego. It will never be completely satisfied. Never. Meaning every time that we buy something new, that we get something new, that we achieve a certain goal that we wanted to achieve, after a week, maybe after 2 weeks, we will get used to it. And the ego will want something more. It will never really be satisfied. So what is this thing that we cannot satisfy? Can we understand that it is our ego that wants a certain thing and not our true self? Our true self is satisfied exactly where it is in the present moment. But our ego will always try to think ahead of time, meaning about the future. And the future can be 2 minutes from now, but not right now. And our ego will always bring us back to our past, meaning the ego will try to move us around from the real point of pleasure in life, which is the present moment. Our ego is the one that will try to keep us in our comfort zone. It does not want us to spiritually develop. It knows only what it already knows, and it knows it's comfortable where I am. I don't want to go out. I don't want to change. I don't want to develop. I'm good where I am, thank you very much. But the only real spiritual development we can make is when we step outside of our comfort zone and we look at our ego. We can visualize our ego like a small little baby and just talk to him and say, oh my god, you want that? That's amazing, you're so cute that you want it. But I don't have to give it to you because it's just you that wants it. It's not really me that want it. I don't need to feel bigger than what I am. I know what I am. I don't need much to enjoy life. I am life. I am the enjoyment. I am the peacefulness. I am the awareness. I am the oneness. I am. We can also learn how to use our ego. And what do we mean to use our ego? To use our ego against himself. For example, if I want to get back into shape, then I can call my friend and tell him, look, next week I decided that I'm going to be jogging every day. And then when next week comes and I start jogging and then I want to give up, like we usually say, I wanted to commit, but no. And then my friends ask me, but you said you're going to do it every day. So yeah, something, you're right. And then I get pushed because I knew that once the words have left my mouth, I knew that once I commit in front of my friends, then my ego is not going to allow me to not do it. And we can do this with everything. We can do this with fasting, we can do this with other sorts of commitment. But just know and use the ego as a tool. And when we spiritually develop, when we understand certain things, when we go into a meditative state, we understand that we are not this ego. We are something much more superior to that. We are the awareness. We are the one in the one's path. And when we understand and we detach ourselves from our ego, then we can see clearly what it wants and what we want. And sometimes allow it to have what it wants, and sometimes no, not allow it. And when we say no to our ego, we grow and we expand, and the ego reduces. So there is no button to press it. It is all a game of consciousness and awareness. Awareness that the ego will never be satisfied. Never. It is a rule. Whatever you buy, if I'm a guy and I buy a new gadget, a new cell phone, a new laptop, a new car, after a while, I will get tired of it. I'll get used to it. I will not appreciate it because the ego does not appreciate too much. We need to learn to use the ego as a tool. We need to learn to make fun of it, like we're making fun of ourselves. To make fun of ourselves all the time, like sometimes we make fun of other people for our own enjoyment. To take everything lightly, and then we will see that the ego is reduced dramatically. Because when it sees that it has no power over us anymore, when it sees that we are the ones in control and not the ego, not the one that wants more and more and doesn't understand that more is less some of the times and less is much more some of the times, or most of the time. So my name is Maor. You're welcome to see other YouTube videos I've uploaded, and my website is www.raymaor.com. I'm a spiritual teacher and I do different workshops, especially breatharian initiations around the world. So have a beautiful day. Namaste for watching.